came bearing some gifts, including me. For you I will live. Look at my gift and I wonder, will you accept it? I'm in need of your blessing. This is my expression.
Welcome to Faith Avenue right here. This is your brother, Mr. Cage. I'm very much honored, to be a guest. Not here on my show, but in this beautiful sitting room. What an ambience in here. All right, so today, like we always tell you, we want to see who your pastor is, what his life is all about, where he grew up from, what sort of schools he went to, what sort of challenges, he underwent, even for him to reach the level that is at now. And today we are on our Cage and the Clergy segment. And to, have this show kicked on, I have the man of God, Prophet. Actually, before I introduce his name, he's the presiding, bishop, the founder and the president of the Lion of Judah City Churches International. They've grown big. They are international. They are operating on a different wavelength altogether. And this is no other than Prophet, Ken Silweya, man of God. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
Okay, good. You're looking good, I must say.
Oh, thank you.
Relaxed. I'm welcoming you in your own sitting room.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Great. First things first, how's home?
Home is very, very fine. No complaints.
No complaints.
Home is fine.
All is intact.
All is intact.
And the ministry?
The ministry is fine. Very, very fine. We're not complaining.
We're not complaining. It's not our portion to complain.
No, not at all.
All right. So tell me, today we're here to just get into your life. We want to understand who Prophet Ken Silweya, the most celebrated man of God here in Zambia. Who is he? Where did he grow up from? Those kind of things. So tell me, who is Prophet, Silweya?
Prophet Ken, or Pastor Ken, is a boy who grew up on the cover board.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I was born in Chidawombe.
Wow.
A Konkola Mine Hospital.
Wow,
Yeah, Bashmine. Yeah,
Wow.
in the mid-60s, on the 5th of August. Yeah, so I went to school in Chidawombe. After Chidawombe, after finishing my primary school, I went to Chiwala Boys.
Okay.
The Chiwala Boys, after completing my school, I waited for some results, and in the meantime...
all right, I want us to slow down.
Okay.
We need to slow down. We need to read each and every page of your life.
Okay.
Tell me, what tribe is Pastor Silweya?
Pastor Ken was born from a Namanga mother.
Okay.
Namfukwe.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
Namfukwe is also from Bala. She's partly Mambwe.
Okay.
And a Tumbuka father. From Yombe.
Great. Muriuri.
Makora.
Mwadiela. Mulutako kaya. Okay, you get it.
Soccer.
Okay, here we go. This is great.
But I've been to Isoka.
You've been to
My
Isoka.
father decided to, instead of going to Myombe, he settled in Isoka.
Okay, great.
And we rarely spoke Tumbuka.
Oh, yeah.
We were speaking Bemba and whatever.
Bemba's taken over.
Yeah. And because of these movements of moving up and down, sometimes somebody may greet me in Tumbuka. I answer in Lozi.
Oh, Lozi.
I was in Loziland for a long period of time.
I see. So, one Zambia, one mission. What do you expect?
Once my mind is organized, then I'll concentrate.
Okay, great.
But if I'm caught unawares, babaika.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So tell me, how many are you in your family?
We were 6.
Okay.
We were 6, and I've lost 3 sisters. I lost
rest in peace.
3 sisters in 4 years. Yeah.
In the space of 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was quite sad. It was quite yeah.
Can imagine.
So, but otherwise we have mainly the 3 of us. My
All
elder,
men?
No.
Okay.
My elder sister, our eldest, is in Chongwe.
Okay.
She's doing some farming.
Oh, okay.
And then it's me now.
Okay.
Me, I'm doing ministry. And then I have a young brother who is working for Ministry of Education.
Oh, okay.
And he has a background of civil engineering, and he's a lecturer.
Okay.
He moves up and down.
All right.
Some kind of country manager.
So from the family of 6, you stand at what number? What number?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as it stands now, I'm at number 2.
Number 2. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me, how was your experience growing up in the family of 6? You said on the Copper Belt?
Yeah, on the Copper Belt. Yeah.
What town in particular?
I was in Chidawombwe.
Chidawombwe. Tell me, how was life in Chidawombwe?
Life was very, very powerful. And, when we grew up in the compound township.
I can imagine when you say life was powerful.
Yeah, Kampompo and the like.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very, it was a good experience. And, the language that is used there in Kitwe or on the Copper Belt is very different from here.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, people there are quite... they are quite outgoing, and most of them, they use the language of Akaponya.
Okay, yeah. Achana,
most of some of these languages that you're using here, I actually came from the Copper Belt. And so to me, it was a very, very good experience. And moving from the Copper Belt, coming over to Lusaka, and eventually Livingstone. Of course, now I'm here. It was a good experience, and I realized that.
Tell me, as a child, what do you miss on the Copper Belt?
On the Copper Belt, I miss family.
Okay.
Yeah, here it's a cosmopolitan type of life. People are so scattered and people are so busy. In the Copper Belt, you have some relatives, you visit people here and there, and people live like a unity.
Oh, yeah.
And they're down to earth to some extent.
Okay.
Here, there's a lot of plastic life. People are
a makeup kind of life.
Yeah, people like pretending and whatever. But I mean, well, I'm getting used. It's not my first time being in Lusaka. I stayed in Lusaka for about 12 years or so.
Okay.
With my elder sister, the late. But otherwise, on the Copper Belt, people are themselves. And they like exploring life.
Okay.
Like I used to play football back.
Oh,
I used to do boxing. I used to I used to run, and I used to do weightlifting and all those things.
Get to that. Get to that. Tell me, at which school were you? Say in grade 1.
In grade 1.
During your time, I think nursery school wasn't that much.
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Did you go to nursery school?
We had what you call some welfare.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Welfare. But the goodness is that when I started school, we used to get milk every day.
Oh, at school?
At school.
So that was a motivating factor.
would pay 11 ingwe. And then from there, they will give you some milk, blue and white, or sometimes red and white. We used to receive things.
Was that the actual cost?
Yeah,
the price tag for
11 ingwe per no. 11 ingwe was made per week.
Per week.
It was, I think, 1 ingwe or so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Not beyond that.
All right.
It was very, very cheap. Super loaf.
Oh, yeah.
And they like, yeah.
So tell me, your experience during your first days in grade 1.
Grade 1, apparently I was taught by my aunt.
You can't vividly remember?
No, I can remember.
Okay.
I was taught by one of my aunties, Mrs. Silweya.
Okay.
She's now in Kasama.
Wow.
And she used to pinch me so much, on my cheeks.
Why? Were you troublesome?
No.
Okay.
I had big cheeks. So
okay, she liked to play with them.
Okay. If I got anything wrong, and she'd be on me because she was a relative. She wanted me to be doing very well in class and whatever. So, but otherwise, it was a good experience. I liked it, and playing football and whatever.
What do you remember in grade 1, or even up to 5?
Up to 5, I remember in grade 1, I was trying to find my feet.
Okay.
And
why? Because you're still on the Copper Belt, and you were born on the Copper Belt.
But I was trying to find my feet in class because I was not a dull student, because we used to have what you call set recorders, tape recorders.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So it'd be listening and whatever. So when you are writing, sometimes I would miss out some words. I would look at my friend and try to copy.
Oh, okay.
In grade 1, I used to laugh because I remember the first test that I did in grade 1, I came out number 20.
Number 20. Okay.
Yeah. My brother was a teacher. I said, no, it can't be number 20.
You can't be number 20.
I know. I said, but you are intelligent. Grade 2, they didn't produce any results. Grade 3 afterwards, I started coming out number 1, number 1 in class. I found my feet.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I always laugh, because I said, number 1, what grade 1, what used to happen, and afterwards, I think I stabilized.
All right.
So
during that time, as a family, what church were going to?
My mother never used to go to church.
Okay, how about
My
that?
father used to go to African National Church.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I remember Sunday school days. Yes, we used to go to Sunday school, and thereafter I stopped going to church because I started staying with my brother.
Okay.
He never used to go
you
to
never
church.
used to go to
He
church
never
as
used
well.
to go to church.
Okay.
So I also stayed back.
Okay, so much of your formative life, you
Yeah.
never used to go to church.
No.
Okay, tell me.
But I was a good boy.
Okay.
No ladies, no whatever. No, I was a good boy.
Really?
Uh-huh.
We'll check it out. So tell me, your first exam, grade 7.
Yeah.
You first wrote your first exam in grade 7, right?
Grade 7, yes.
Okay, so tell me, how was your experience preparing for an exam?
I liked football. So
Okay.
with my elder brothers and whatever, so my mother would say you should be studying what and so on and so forth. It was tough, of course. You know, prior to that, I'd just come out. I think the first time I came out number 1. Second time I was playful. I missed it. I went to number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Yeah, but this other one I studied. And not sure I had high marks.
Okay.
You know, because when they call about a lot of people from international school.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we had to study very hard. And I think afterwards, when I prepared for the exams, I didn't want to panic.
Okay.
I wanted also to relax.
Okay.
Other people are busy studying. My mother would be on me and whatever and so on and so forth. But I did very, very well, of course, going to grade 8. Or Form 1.
Tell me, even during your school days, your primary school days, you were not a pastor, and probably never crossed your mind to say at some point you'd be,
never
a
crossed.
founder and the president of, the Lion of Judah, International Church.
Yeah.
So tell me, do you remember an instance probably of picking up a fight in school?
Not really, but people used to fight against me.
What was wrong with you? Because someone told me if people are attacking you the most of all the people, probably you have a problem. What was your problem?
I was young when I was in grade 7. I was young, 76. I was quite young, and so when we were there, the people that were there, others had the beard, others were
Grade 7.
Grade 7.
Ah, okay.
And then apparently I was chosen as a class monitor.
My goodness.
So yeah, when you like.
So you also wanted to boss them.
When you write noisemakers down and whatever, you'd be in trouble.
Because
I was staying at the teacher's compound.
Ah, okay.
So my brother was a teacher, and then studying was not very so much of a problem.
Of the attacks you received, which one was the most fascinating one?
I think there was a time they said we'll beat you up. But apparently when they were about to beat me up, somebody slapped me. There were the 3 of them.
Okay.
Then pushed me down. Just when they were about to come on top, some teachers, some teacher appeared. Why are you
Came
fighting
to your
him
rescue.
and whatever and so on and so on. Yes. What and what, you're very stupid and foolish. But I was generally a good boy, so to say. And
Okay.
that never came to be.
So tell me, after that instance, they never followed you? You never
No, they
met again?
No. I took I said, no, I have to be very careful. My brother said, no, don't provoke them. Don't cross their limits. Don't cross your lines. Be careful. So I stayed back.
So tell me, what was the secret? You stopped putting them on the list of noisemakers or what?
No, because we would come to terms with them. Some of them I would tell them outside. If you want me to be writing down,
Be careful.
and I became friends with all of them. I said, guys, the teacher is coming. Because my brother was a teacher, and then that also meant if I didn't actually conduct myself becomingly, it was going to affect his job to some extent.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I wanted
see.
also to maintain his, his character, or rather to maintain his name and whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, being a class monitor,
Yeah.
what were some of the benefits or incentives that you could receive? Maybe, just taking advantage
Yeah,
of the
sometimes
class?
they'll call you aside and attend some few meetings.
Okay.
At school.
Ah,
yeah,
wow.
And then sometimes they'll say, okay, you guys, you have been making noise and whatever. I said, no, Ken, why didn't you tell people to stop making noise and whatever? I said, no, sir, but they were stubborn. I said, okay, go out.
That time you were speaking English?
Yeah, I was speaking English.
In class?
Yeah, because our
okay.
teacher was very tough.
Uh-huh.
Said, I don't want anybody to be speaking Bemba.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
But what was, what local language were you learning on the Copper Belt? Was it Bemba or Lamba?
Bemba. No, it was Bemba.
Okay.
It was Bemba.
I see.
But this teacher just graduated from school and he was very strict. He didn't want anybody to use Bemba.
Great.
Unless it came to, Bemba learning, or maybe it's a subject.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, mwadiaba mano tu atasha. Na totela by away. That's by, Martha. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Having you right here, and you are on Cage and the Clergy segment. We are in the life of, Prophet Ken Silweya. What a powerful song right there by, Martha na totela by away. Wow, I just like the way she does her music. Awesome. Great stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just been joined by the powerful mom of the house, of course. She's actually a pastor, Pastor Ken Silweya. Yeah. Mom, how are you?
I'm okay.
You're looking
How are
good.
you? Thank you.
I really wanted to have a look at you because when I look at Dad, he looks smart, you know, relaxed. You are the reason behind. What's the secret?
Amen. Not much of a secret,
Okay.
apart from the usual things that are expected of a wife, a good wife.
Kutuakusashira
Fine, kubika kwa mano, kuwasha.
Wow, great. I'm enjoying this. Okay.
Yeah.
Man of God. So tell me, of course you spoke of your primary school level. Run me through your tertiary education.
Yeah, from secondary school, there was a time I wanted to go and do some civil engineering at Copperfield University. That time it was ZIT,
Okay.
Zambia Institute of Technology.
Oh yeah.
So I had to wait, and then we had to apply for some construction at Lukasha Trades.
Oh, okay.
After finishing, my turn came out, my acceptance letter.
Okay.
To go to Zambia Institute of Technology. Yeah, and I started off. Meanwhile, I was also doing some kind of work, working. And I don't know if you have gone down State Lodge.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, there's a Catholic seminary that was there.
Okay.
That one we started it from the ground.
Okay.
So after I did part of it as it, I was in and out.
Oh yeah.
And then some of the studies I had to do them outside.
So what is your highest qualification?
A degree in civil engineering.
Wow.
But that was done partly outside.
I see.
Eh.
I see. Great. Mom,
Yes, sir.
tell me, of all the people in the world, why did you choose to marry Prophet Ken Silweya?
Of all the people in the world. Well, he's a good man. I went to Livingston.
Good-looking man?
Not good. Not only good looking.
Ah, okay.
I looked at the heart.
Ah,
I had
okay.
met so many before who were good looking, and very believers or standing in the Lord. But I guess I wanted something more. I wanted somebody who would understand the way I am.
Okay.
Because I also, right from the time I was young, I knew I had a call over my life.
Okay.
So I wanted somebody that I could partner with. But basically, when I say he's a good man, I'm looking at the heart. He's very generous and very understanding, very accommodative. Just the few months that I had met him, I knew he's a type of a person that would want to bring out the very best of an individual.
Okay.
And so we became very good friends. Eventually, we fell in love. And
All right. We'll get there. Man of God, tell me.
Yeah.
How did you know to say the time was ripe for you now to get married? Because this is some kind of a challenge to some of us youths to not say the time is up for you now to get married.
I think at the time that I was getting involved, I think she knows. I didn't bother about marriage. I was not stranded to look for women to marry.
Why? It's because you were still handsome?
Number one, I was occupied. That time I was youth chairman.
Yeah.
Yeah, youth chairman with at Calvary Church.
Okay.
And my idea was to bring out a youth that had the kingdom mentality.
Okay.
And so I emphasized on education, working hard at home, and also just carrying themselves accordingly. So to me, marriage was not a problem. I think the time we met her, I was branch manager in Livingston.
Okay.
Under Indeco Estate. I was running the branch. Yeah, transferred from Kafue. I was maintenance. Maintenance personnel.
Okay.
At that time, I was acting maintenance superintendent.
Okay.
Then I was transferred to Livingston on promotion.
All right.
Yeah. So the time I met her, I was managing the branch. Yeah. So to me,
So what magic happened?
when she came in, I had met so many other people, but when she came in,
In as in where?
when she
Into
came to
Livingston.
she
I was from the Copper Belt.
Copper Belt with
All right.
Bishop Nelly
Okay.
Chwanda. So when she came into Livingston, I remember the first time she came in.
The whole Livingston was on fire.
Yeah, the whole Livingston was on fire, and I gave her a chance to sing a song, and she wanted
Okay.
to sing, and she sang a song.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, she sang a song, and I was impressed. I said, "Oh, wow, this girl, the voice was angelic. And I said, well, at that time I said, God, I don't want to lose it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to lose it because people
the
thought
time is now.
Yeah, the time is now because people thought I was a monk,
Okay.
So I stayed on.
How old were you that time around?
That time I was around 31, 32.
Oh, okay, definitely.
And,
okay, see.
at the debate, ministry was pressing hard on me, and I'd received an acceptance letter to go and be a lecturer.
Okay.
Activities to
yeah.
be a lecturer in one of the higher institutions.
Back to your love life.
Back to yeah. So I came back and I said, no. I think I want to settle first. And then when we started, when we went on after some time, I decided to make my move. I gave an initial proposal. I told her, I don't want to be your girlfriend. I haven't come in the name of prophecy.
Tell me, slow down. How long did it take after she did the song before you approached her?
It took about 6 to 7 months.
Wow. You still praying about it?
Well,
no, we were already friends
we were
then.
friends. Well,
okay, now breaking the news to her.
Breaking the news to her took long.
Okay, 7 months.
Yeah, I wanted to know her and whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so it took about 6 to 7 months, and
or you were trying to gun the car.
Yes, I wanted to know her better.
And
then
see.
From there, well, I gathered information about her and vice versa. She knew where I was working. She used to come quite often at my place of work, and then I decided to make a move. And I told her, I'm not coming in the name of prophecy. I'm not coming in the name of whatever.
Hallelujah. God has taught me.
Yeah.
Our 7 days on the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen,
not have worked.
Don't miss this opportunity.
That was the thing she was waiting for, so she could pin me down. She said, if this man is going to come in the name of God told me when I was praying, God showed me. She said, I was going to break you down. I was going to pin you down. And I just told her, no, I want you to be the mother of my children. I want you to be my wife, not a girlfriend. So from there, that was the first proposal. We waited to sit it up. I had to wait. And she said, of course, she said yes after some 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And then we went on. After another month, after a month or so, I followed up again. I said, well, I want to marry you. I'm serious and whatever.
Wow.
So it was serious from there on.
Okay.
And she told the father. The father was the hard man.
All right. Mom, when he
Yes,
approached
please.
you, he broke the news to you. What was your reaction? What was running in your mind?
Well, I think you know that every woman has got intuition. So in our friendship, I could tell that, well, I think we were getting to a place where this is not normal friendship.
It's getting
But
extreme.
yes, but I was not in a hurry to make him speak. I had always believed that a man should gather himself up and say what it is. And as he has mentioned, I didn't want anyone to come in the name of Jesus, in the name of prophecy. I didn't want.
But you could read his moves.
I could read them to a certain extent, but because of his personality and what people like what I had gathered around in Livingstone, I was not sure whether he would literally or comfortably just propose like that. Why? Because you know how it is when somebody is highly looked up to and the like. So, well, as I could see, we were friends, but I was relatively new in Livingstone. So I was thinking, is this the way he really treats everyone around and all? But I could see the friendship was quite special. And but anyway, when he did propose, I did not hesitate, because the thing I was trying to pin him down on was if he were going to come in the name of God, I was going to say no, even if I had liked him.
Okay, tell me, before he approached you,
Did
you develop the liking for him?
Yes, I did.
Or you anticipated that if at all he would make a move, then...
By then, I had already developed a love, actually, for him.
Ah, wow.
Not just a mere liking.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I started from the angle of intuition. You are able to tell that, okay, I mean, that's why sometimes a lady would say from afar, "Sinimufu now you." Why? Because you can tell I will not click. But for him, it was actually, we became fond of each other. We could not, a day would not pass without even calling. Yeah, so somehow the friendship grew stronger. And so I knew I would expect this kind of question popping up one day or the other. So I when he said that, I didn't hesitate. I didn't tell him, no, I'm going to pray about it or what. Of course, I did tell him my fears. And let me tell you what my fear was that time. I told him I didn't want to get married to a man of God. So he laughed. I remember he really burst into laughter.
You tell me why not man of God.
Oh my God, it's a long story, but basically the impression of pastoral work that time was not very comfortable. Not because I didn't want to go through suffering or whatever, but I had my own reservations. I know that God is faithful. I know God is true. I know sometimes you go through a certain space of, but the picture I had was not good enough only for a few that I could emulate. And I was not sure whether that would come to me.
Okay, great. Man of God, tell me, how did you break the news to mom?
Well, I gathered myself. It was not easy. I gathered myself and together, and then finally I escorted her. She was staying very, very far from where I was working, and on this particular maternal day, I decided to release myself. You know, there are those issues where when you reach that corner, I'll tell her.
You know, today, I'll need to break the news. You reach there, you just go quiet.
Again, you just go mute.
Yes, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. But this time around, I gathered myself. I said, Lord, I'm so sure. And of course.
Were you comfortable to break the news to mom or dad?
At that particular time, my mother my mother was very, very far.
Okay.
Because
so it was dad.
Both of them were very far.
Both of them were very, very far.
You were keeping up with who?
I was staying
because
on my
he was
own.
manager.
Oh, okay. So it was a core thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just walking. I mean, I escorted her and broke the news.
I mean, to your parents.
No, to your parents.
Or to my parents. Okay, in those days, we used to have
letter
cell phones.
writing.
It was letter writing.
So you did jot down.
I did the jotting down.
But you did tell your
nearest person was my elder sister.
Okay.
I took her to Kabwe.
Wow.
Because that time she was the husband was a manager with
Kabwe
Zanaco.
Kamkuba.
Yeah, Kabwe.
Yes.
We were staying in Nigeria, so I took her to Kabwe, and then we met her. During that period of time, she was doing prayer and fasting for 40 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
she lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, she did. 40 days.
Okay.
So I went to introduce her to her, and then she didn't hesitate. My sister was a woman of discernment. She was a woman of discernment.
Wow.
She just said, "This is your wife. This is your wife."
Wow.
And she counseled us and whatever.
You tell me, was she the first person that you presented to your sister as your wife to become?
Well, you know these. I don't know what you call relationships.
Okay.
Where you are passing through, but you are not convinced and convicted.
Yeah.
There was one person, one or two, that were closer to me. But my sister was a prayerful woman.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually things just went wrong. I'm not a person who likes disappointing somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't explain it. And it was not me, of course. It was just a situation.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
sometimes
not
it could be a plan of God. You
yeah,
never
the
know.
plan of God. Exactly. But to cut a story short, we went our separate ways.
Okay.
She didn't ditch me. I didn't ditch her. But there's some confusion.
Oh, yeah, sure.
My sister just came and said, no. Here, I think. But I thank God that at least it had to be that way, because eventually the lady passed on.
Okay.
She was coming from a pastoral home and whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I stayed for some time without anybody.
Okay, now the issue of Tumbale. How did you take the place?
I had to. My elder sister apparently passed on. Yeah, the one who...
the same who consented.
Yeah, he passed on. I think she couldn't come out of the prayer and fasting. I think didn't treat her well. But I took my older brother from from Kitwe.
Okay.
Then went to Ndola with my uncle, Mr. Silweya, yeah. So we went to visit the parents, because I think her fear was to go and meet with the father. So she had broken the news to the father. The father was the hard man.
Okay.
And why she was saying, I don't want to get married to a man of God, she always says, God tricked me, because in the first place, I was a manager at that time. Yeah. Yeah. So
you went as a manager, not as a man of God. You tricked your in-laws, man of God. Okay.
Yeah. So we were driven over there, and we went to see them. It was not easy. The father was a tough man. And she didn't know how to break the news. But anyway, she had to break the news. And what does it do? What about the visit, the tribe and everything? And for some reason, the father didn't hesitate. We went to meet with them.
Shockingly.
Wow.
Shockingly.
The power of prayer.
And everything was done. They charged us. And in those days, it was fair, but it was still high.
All right, Mom, tell me.
Yes.
He was a leader. a known leader,
Yeah.
a well-to-do man as well, both in the secular and of course a church. Then he happens to love you alone. Tell me, did you receive some criticism or some
my
attack
God.
from the ladies
I could
around?
actually do an encyclopedia on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I did go through some tough time, and Livingston being a small city, I went through, well, I guess it's, I don't know, I didn't expect it anyway, but I've realized that that's the way life is. Sometimes when maybe some people thought he would marry their children, or even them as in young ladies, and it's normal because he had been with them for a longer time. But I did go through a bit of this and that, which felt a bit weird because it was my first experience. I had never gone through that because of a man.
Okay.
So for me, I felt like, really? Is this the only man around? At one time, I think you marry them.
You go on.
Yeah, because I had funny encounters, you know. But all the same, being a believer, being grounded in the Lord helps one to settle down. Somehow in all that frustration, I still had somebody to talk to other than him.
Oh, okay.
And that is God. So
all right.
Yeah,
Tell
that
me,
was my consolation.
the wedding arrangement, what happened? How did you go about it?
It's you.
Man of God.
Well, it was tough. We had to do one or two things, put on.
How long did it take before you broke the news to your in-laws and then the process to getting married officially?
To my in-laws, the in-laws?
Yes.
It didn't take long. It took some months.
Okay.
Because I was busy preparing, and I was a single man, so I accommodation-wise, the Lord had given me proper accommodation. It wasn't so much of a problem.
Okay.
But I think within some months.
I see.
Yeah.
So for how long have you been together now?
20 years.
20 years. And how many children do you have?
We'll be clocking out 21st this year.
Ah, okay.
We
Congrats.
have 4
you are
children.
veterans.
Yeah.
High five. Man.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
All right. So how many children do you have together?
We have 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. But we've adopted another one. My
okay.
sister's kid. Yeah, my sister's
okay.
kid. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me, you planned to have 4 or what?
She wanted 3, I wanted 4. I wanted equal numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the set is complete. You have 2 girls, 2
2 boys.
boys.
Yes,
Two
2, yeah.
boys.
Okay. The firstborn is
Tawanga is 19, will be turning
A boy?
20 this year. Yeah, a boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'll be
a
turning?
boy. 20 this year.
okay.
Yeah. So
Then Tendai.
Tendai Ken. The girls are Kens.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So Tendai Ken. Yeah,
Okay.
she's at Kapiri Tech.
Okay.
She's doing grade 10. Yeah, she'll be turning 15 this year. Yeah, 15 this year.
All right.
She's
I have
14.
to count through now.
She's 14.
Yeah.
Then we have a third one, a girl, Taiza Ken. She's in grade 5 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, grade 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Mom,
Yes, sir.
we know the man of God is not an angel. He's not a saint.
Uh-huh.
He's just a human being like
A
you and
human
me.
being. A
Full
human
of,
person.
exactly. Full of, shortcomings.
Yes,
So tell me, when you look at him, what would you want him to improve on?
Well, caught unawares.
Exactly.
That I will
Yeah.
not lie. Well, maybe just his length of time in ministry. And I wish
How?
I could adjust that.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Time,
he's a
time.
person that would preach like 1 hour, 30 minutes. And he can go for 5 to 6 hours
All
in
right.
ministry,
Okay.
praying
Okay.
for one-on-one.
Okay. So
That's the only thing.
I don't want you to say it as a member of the church, but as a wife.
Yes, I'm talking as a wife.
No. Something to do probably with him being your husband, not as a pastor.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm saying I need to think.
Oh yeah, think please.
I need to think.
You have a minute. You have 2 seconds to think.
Maybe he's being too quiet. There are times when he's too quiet, and I'm very, very sociable.
Okay.
So there are times when he's a normally very quiet person. He's very loud at the pulpit.
Okay.
But even when he's at home, there are times when he's very quiet. And there are times when I would want him to talk. I think coming from that side, as a wife, yeah, that's the only thing.
All right. You've been together for 20 years
20,
now. You're
yeah.
turning 21.
Yeah.
Has there been a time where you thought probably the man of God is cheating on me?
No, not really. And I'm saying really because of course that would come across your mind when somebody brings in something.
Oh yeah.
But in my own deepest heart of hearts, I was very doubtful.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because it's something that when you know somebody, and at the time I was meeting him, he was not a young boy. I met him when he was already around 30.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we're talking about somebody who had a good testimony in that area. So even when that would cross my mind because somebody said something, I was very doubtful, and I sat back and
So in other words,
so basically,
people could come to you to tell you stories about him?
I would not say people would. It was not a habitual thing. It happened once.
Okay.
But that I turned down because in my heart I felt, no, that's impossible.
But from your own assessment,
from my
nothing?
own assessment, because no, we move a lot together.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so you covered, you protected.
The few times that he's moved alone, he moved with a team of guys.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and that's maybe twice in ministry. Generally, we do a lot of things together. So my trust for him, I think, is too much. The 1% I leave for God.
Ah, okay. Why not give him 99%?
Yeah,
then you get
1%. 99.
1%.
So the 1%, that's what I'm saying, it's too much. It goes up to 99. I leave 1%. Even for medical personnel, they leave 1%.
I'm learning this. All right, man of God, what song are we going to listen to?
We're going to listen to Tamulayo Owufi by Agape.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Tamulayo
Ladies and gentlemen, Lesa Telayovufi. That is a song done by, Agape. What a great song. I'm loving these upcoming artists. They're doing a great job for God. Only for Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, you're still on, Cage and the Clergy segment, and we're in the life of Prophet Ken Silweya. And what a great, interaction we had with Mom. Awesome. I loved every bit of it. And we've been joined by, of course, the son. I will check if he's the firstborn or what. Actually, it's Daonga Silweya. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
You're looking good.
Thank you very much.
Do you go to the gym?
Too. As for now, no.
But you used to go some time back?
Yes, though for a
How
few
about
days.
football? You look like a footballer.
On that one, unfortunately, I've got a problem with my right leg.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
all right, so relax. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Man of God, tell me, you told me, remind us, is number what? The firstborn?
The firstborn.
Ah, okay, great. How does it make you feel being the firstborn of this awesome family?
It feels so great. It's like, as usual, being the first fruits, you have to
You set
control
trends.
the young ones. Yes,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you have to set a certain
They look
pace.
up to you.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
so man of God, tell me, how does it make you feel to have humble children like him? Of course, I haven't seen the others, but I think he has the spirit of humility in him.
Amen. It feels good. It feels great. And from childhood, we have allowed these guys to be brought up in the fear of God, in church, and to be prayerful. And as I've mentioned, he plays the keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays the keyboard, and he loves God.
He plays well as praying.
Yeah, both. So
Okay.
I think it's a great investment and a great achievement to us, and we thank God for that.
We know it's not an easy task, to raise kids up to this level. What has been some of the challenges that you faced as, a parent?
In some of the challenges, I think most of the time we have been out.
Okay.
But the other goodness that we used to go with him, with them.
Okay.
And we have traveled with them in nations here and there, and then we have had some of the relatives that we are, like one of our nieces who is their cousin. She's more or less like a mother to them.
Oh, okay.
So she has been good to them, and the mother is quite a tough mother.
Okay.
She's quite tough on them.
Okay.
You have to make sure that at least they wash, they make their beds, they do all those things, and so on and so forth. But on my part, I think the movements, there are times we are feeling guilty. But when you are home, we'll ensure that at least we give them maximum time. Take them out, and so at least no complaint will come by.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So tell me, back to your personal life.
Yeah.
At what point did you really realize that you could, be a pastor? When did you discern the calling of God?
I think, when you were in secondary school at Chwala, in grade 12, that one, I thought God had called me. It was a very serious call. And you remember in the days of Bonki?
Renard Bonki.
Yeah, Renard Bonki.
The great evangelist.
Yeah. There was one of the men who was actually older than me, but I valued him. He was my son, Timothy Chilofia.
Okay.
He used to be in Ndola.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember when I gave my life to the Lord, I started seeing God, in action. And during that period of time, most of the times we used to sleep in the bush, just seeking the face of the Lord. So during that period of time, a lot of prophecies came by, you're going to be a man of God and whatever. But after finishing, we forgot about it. But there was a recurrence. In 1992, that one was serious. The Lord just visited me. I had so many callings, but this one, at what you call an encounter, I'd received some visitors coming home, and during that period of time, I went upstairs because I was staying in Kafiwe Estate. I was a single man still. So my bedrooms are up. So I'd received some visitor, a he and a she. So we are chatting. They come to visit me at the weekend. One from Lusaka, one from within. And I felt a tugging, somebody
Okay.
tagging me. I looked around, there was no one.
Nothing.
And again, a tagging, and a voice came clearly, I want to talk to you. I said, but God, this is the wrong time altogether.
Ah.
I had to go upstairs. I had to go in my bedroom, one of the spare bedrooms. I entered there. Just upon entering, my eyes were open, but I couldn't say anything.
Okay.
I was taken into a trance. There was a film, a Shekinah glory all around me. And I got lost. I was in praise and worship intercession for 2 hours.
You left your visitors down?
I left my visitors.
My goodness.
I wanted to have lunch with them, but it couldn't. I couldn't. God said, I want you. And during that period of time, they just heard some noise. I was praying on top of my voice, and they said, no. When one of them opened, the prophetic words were being spoken out, and I think these words were climax. And I recorded the words, and the man also recorded. Rather, the man recorded the words. I was trying to touch, and there I couldn't, because my eyes were open, but I couldn't see anybody. And the words were, I'm the Lord who called you to the things that I'm about to do, and no man will conquer you. And they waited until I was down. When I opened my eyes, both of them were standing before me. Before that, I couldn't see them. My eyes actually were not shut, they were open. But I'm talking about coming to my normal senses.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Then from there, he said, man of God. The other one used to call him apostle. The other one was just a sister in the Lord.
Of course, they knew that you were a man of God even that time.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
so they were not like disappointed,
they were not
and
disappointed
shocked.
and shocked.
They understood everything that was
but
happening.
I was still working, And I said, God, what do I do? And then from there, I started having what you call visitations.
Okay.
Theophanies and Christophanies and, encounters with God. And then from there, I was transferred to Livingstone. Yeah, there I just grew up now.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell me, prior to you being born again,
Yeah.
what were some of the things that you used to do that you are not doing now or after you got born again?
I used to be a serious boxer.
Okay.
Boxing.
Uh-huh.
And I used to drink. But I was not
Drinking
a
what?
drunkard.
Water or drinks?
No.
Beer.
Liquor, yeah, liquor.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was not a drunkard. They call them social drinkers.
Okay.
Once in a while, you
Yeah.
know. And I used to love. Well, I would love girls here and there, but I would not indulge.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kept myself. That one, no.
Why? Because you hadn't known God at that time.
No, but I had this fear within me. I had this fear. And it didn't take long after I gave my life to the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, I never used to believe in maybe having one girlfriend. I used to have 2, 3.
I see.
Yeah, but I never used to indulge.
Sometimes it's the tendency of the boxers. Tell me,
Yeah.
give me a scenario. You are in the ring.
Yeah.
You are knocked down. What
Yeah.
happened? Who did you fight?
At Chihuahua Secondary School, I was in a ring with somebody.
Okay.
On stage. This guy was hefty. Now, when you're fighting boxing, they go according to weights. So they gave me grabs. There are those big ones and smaller ones. And then on the Adam's apple, they make sure that at least you cover it with the chin. Otherwise,
Okay.
if they hammer you, you're finished. And then you need to clinch. You need also to I want to use to grip your, what do you call snatching? Holding your teeth, clenching holding your teeth together.
It could be a boxing,
Yeah,
not term.
yeah, term. So because once they hammer you here and you have an open mouth, this jaw can go the other way around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was I fought this boxer, very heavy one. The other round had won. So this boxer came trotting and whatever, hammering, because I used to dance. I used to imitate Ali.
Okay.
The late Ali, Muhammad Ali. So I hammered this guy, and when I pushed him. When he came back, he pushed me to the corner.
Okay.
And one
Yeah.
one punch will feel like somebody has hammered with a 16-pound hammer.
Oh, okay.
Boom! The guy was a heavy one. But I could hardly fall, of course. But it was a heavy thing. And after
couldn't stand
2 rounds,
it.
yeah, I couldn't stand it. The third round, it was the last round. I hammered him and he took me again to the corner. Hammered me. I thought I was going to faint.
Yeah.
That was my hardest fight. And then from there, it was a draw game. And
Why draw game?
no, I mean, because I'd hammered him, I'd thrown a lot of
It
punches.
only went up to the third round?
Yeah, third, usually in amateur boxing, they do 3
Ah,
rounds.
okay,
Yeah,
I see.
3 rounds. And
So that was the worst result you got
that was
ever
the
in
worst
boxing?
result. And then from there, I threw in the towel.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
gave my life to the Lord.
Okay.
But
So
I
tell me,
continued
what's
playing
bad?
football.
What's bad about boxing now that you're a Christian?
Boxing, well, bodily exercise is good, but I think it also stirs up your temper.
Okay.
You know, in boxing, you feel like you are on top of everything.
But I hear there are high levels of discipline.
There are high levels of discipline, but you know, the thing that when you are out of people, you don't want to be irritated. You want somebody to take advantage of you.
Okay.
You know, like if I'm traveling from here, I'm in Chingola, I feel like nobody knows me.
Okay.
You know, and you trust in your skills, boxing skills.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So you
see.
feel like no one can beat you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Taonga,
Yes, sir.
tell me, who is Prophet, Ken Silweya to you, in your own words? How would you define him or describe him?
Prophet Ken Silweya, in my own words, I would describe him as a father of nations.
Okay.
Yes, let me just say, because he started Lion of Judah, and then at some point it became international. Yes. So apart from that, is not only my spiritual father, but is my biological father.
Okay.
Which makes it twice as much exciting, but it also means I have to push up to a certain limit
Okay.
to reach his standards.
So there's a great challenge.
Yes, there is.
Okay, I see. So now tell me, being the firstborn
Yes.
of this family, and also, being a child of the pastor, how challenging has it been, in school? Because people would want you to behave exemplary and stuff like that.
As for me, it hasn't been much of a challenge because they have grown me in a certain way whereby I'm not usually found on the other side. Let me just say, hanging out with people who are not
Christians?
No, not really Christians. Yes, if I can say they are Christians, but they're just having some doubt.
Okay.
Like, let me just say, they do go to church and other stuff, but at some point they still go back in the beer drinking and yes.
Okay.
Yes, so if I can say I'm not usually found at that point, yeah. So
All right.
the challenge is not that.
Tell me, he's your dad,
Yes.
and you are just a person. In what area would you want him to improve as a dad, as a father? Your father.
Well, on that one, I won't really lie to you.
Yes, don't lie. You can't lie here. I'm a prophet. I'll tell you you are lying.
I know I've seen what God has done for us, and I would say He has got so much faith. So in terms of improvement, I think it's me who's learning from Him
So,
twice as much.
if you were given time
yes.
to advise him to, concentrate on a certain area for improvement, which one would you point out?
To improve.
Are you scared?
Yeah.
Are you scared of dad?
No.
Please,
no.
Dad. After the set, after this shoot, no fighting.
I don't know. As of now, I can just say I
Maybe
think
short-tempered, maybe stingy, maybe fights, maybe.
on those ones, no, I haven't seen any of those so far.
Okay.
No wonder I can't really explain it because I've been just seeing him smiling throughout and throughout.
He never gets annoyed.
No, I've never seen him reach that point. Because if it's getting annoyed, which means he's trying to be tough on us in the positive way.
Okay.
Yes, he's just trying to push us to
get better.
Get better.
All right,
Yes,
man of
I
God,
can say that.
what puts you off in life?
I don't like being casual.
Okay.
I'm a runner by nature. I'm a runner. I like pushing people. So when people are casual with God, I just get put off. I like saying two things. I get attracted to people. Number one, people that are givers. They love people. They're giving out. Number two, people just love God. So if somebody is casual, I get affected because my idea, I don't have a church kingdom mentality, I have a kingdom mentality.
Okay.
I want to bring people in a certain way.
All right.
So at least when I'm gone, I will leave a legacy.
All right. So tell me, you growing up as a young man, as a boy,
Yeah.
you have these children that you are too as a role model.
Yeah.
What would you want these people not to do that which you did?
One of the things that I've learned is that I want them to not be casual in life. Not that I was casual. I think at the time that we were growing, we were not given chances to be exposed to certain things. Yeah, our fathers were limited in their knowledge, and also the vicinities, you know, you are staying in Chidaombo, you can't cross over. I want them to explore life.
Okay.
I don't want them to be dormant. Number 2, I want them to be very hardworking in life. Number 2, I want them to learn investment at a tender age. So we speak in their lives. We prophesy over their lives. Not just here in church, we prophesy. And we allow also other people to just speak in their lives and also to, you know, to make them what they're supposed to be. Otherwise, we we tell them not to be casual.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Taonga, what song are we going to listen to?
It's a song by Sydney. I've just forgotten his
The
last
Captain?
name. The Captain, yes. It's Be Still.
Be still. We'll be right back. You're still watching Faith Avenue right here with your brother Mr. Cage, and we are on Cage and the Clergy segment, right in the life of Prophet Ken Silweya, the president and founder of the Lion of Judah City Ministry International.
Yeah, City Churches.
All right,
Yeah.
great. What a great song right there by Sidin the Captain with a song entitled "Be Still, Relax, Don't Panic." Man of God, I know obviously when you're growing up, God is talking to you, God is using you. There's always an aspiration of wanting to own your own church, lead your own church.
Yeah.
Tell me, at what point did you realize that it was time for you now to have your own church?
It was not me. I believe in what we call being a realist.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was undercover. You won't believe it. When I was going to Okafiwe or to Livingston, some of the people said, "Can you go and open Grace Ministries?"
Okay.
Because where the man was connected to Livachive Sakunda.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but at that particular time, I decided to submit to my bishop. He's still my father, Bishop Mwemba.
Okay.
Yeah, until I was released into ministry. That time I'd stopped work.
Bishop Member is with which ministry?
Pentecostal Assemblies of God.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I was promoted to come and run the PHI. That time, President Chiluba was just coming out of office, so they said, "Can you come and run a PHI project?" But the cost too much. Then another company called me to be a regional manager, similar property consultants, but the cost still. Again, in the quest that came to plead with me, I said no. So at that particular time, I decided to go out to South Africa to go and do some, ministry and with some other people. Ed Mlenga's friend.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nixon Banda. Yeah, we came back, and during that time, I wanted to enhance my theological. That time, I only had a diploma in theology.
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay, I packed my engineering studies, and I said whatever and so on and so forth. I was supposed to go to America, sponsored, and then I was told, can you take up a particular branch? So that was in 2003. I went to a young man there. He had put the people together. I went to take over, and I said, I'm going out. I'm going to Kitwe to go and prepare because I'm supposed to fly out. When I came back, I found that the church was scattered. He had gotten the church. That time it was Flames of Fire. So that was the time we reorganized people. We now started on a new slate,
right.
Lion of Judah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by a very beautiful lady right here, the administrator of the same church, and she's actually Madam Kambafuile. How are you?
I'm fine. How
You're
are
looking
you?
good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Kambafuile, the Lion of Judah.
Yes.
The Lion of Judah is Jesus, right?
Yes, it is.
And are you the Messiah?
Of course not.
Of course not.
No.
Ah, I see. So tell me,
Yeah.
what is your role in the Lion of Judah Ministries?
Okay. Currently, I hold several roles. I'm a Treasurer General at international level. But coming to the local level, I'm the Secretary of the Lusaka branch of Lion of Judah City Churches International, Lusaka branch. Yeah, so those are the roles that I do. I'm also a church administrator.
Wow, a lot of roles on you.
Yes, 3.
Okay.
Yes.
And believe me, some are coming, some more are coming. All right. Prophet, tell me.
Yes, please.
How many, okay, let me talk to the administrator. Tell me, how many branches do you have?
We have a number of branches. There's Vic Falls branch in Zimbabwe, as well as Livingston branch, Lusaka branch, and Choma. We have a branch there as well.
Kalomo.
And in Kalomo. So I believe we have about
Mazabuka and whatever.
7 or 8 active branches.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. As an
on
administrator.
paper, we have about 15, but others are quite dormant.
Ah,
the
I
pastors
see.
are not there.
Okay.
But the people are there.
What are you waiting for? Aren't you raising pastors?
We are, there were some places where pastors were, but no, these transfers. You're a pastor, a real case like we had one Mansa.
Okay.
But the pastor was relocated to Kasama. Yeah,
Okay.
because we have a Kasama branch here also.
When you have a pastor, are they on a payroll or what happens?
There are those who are working and there are those we support.
Okay, I see. Now, you as a man of God, Madam Kambafuile, tell me, how do you support your man of God?
Well, that support comes through a number of ways. Apart from doing the work that we do in church, yes, you just have to be committed to the meetings. Apart from Sunday service,
In terms of upkeep,
in terms of upkeep,
is he on a payroll?
Currently,
or it depends on a tithe?
Oh.
Or sowing of seeds, or first fruits? Run me through.
Currently, not on a payroll, not an active payroll.
Why with
Maybe
8 active branches?
With 8 active branches, simply because Lusaka branch, where he is based, is just 2 or 3 years old.
Okay.
Yes. So we're looking at a number of people of about 70 members in Lusaka, who it would be good if they all tithed.
Okay.
Then would come up with
Are you part of those
that
are tithing?
Of course. Of course I am. And being an administrator, you know where you're able, and as well as a treasurer to some extent, so you're able to tell, to say, the church needs such monies, and are we at a place where we can actually put the pastor on an active payroll, a monthly payroll. Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
Prophet Ken Silweya, tell me, in Zambia, it's not that common to have people of your age as prophets. It's not that common. Tell me, how does it make you feel when you're walking and people addressing you as a prophet? Do you feel uncomfortable, especially with this, controversy surrounding prophecy?
It hasn't been very easy. In fact, I didn't want to be called a prophet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there was just an uprise in the ministry. They said, you are a prophet, and we are calling you pastor. What is why? And they just, I think the one who actually raised that dust was my wife, starting family.
She was right. Why should we call you Andrew when you're Anton?
And one of the things is that, the prophetic movement hasn't received a very good name. Number 2, it was not there yesterday. The apostolic and the prophetic. It was not there yesterday. So when you talk about a prophet, people talk about the prophet, but in the fivefold ministry. Or they talk about the fivefold ministry, but to embrace a prophet, the ministry of a prophet, is rare. In most Pentecostal churches, you will rarely find somebody being called or addressed by that.
Tell me why.
As I've said, it was not.
Should we say it's the fault of the prophets themselves, or maybe they haven't really painted a good name to prophecy?
May I mention this because I'm also addressed as one of the national fathers.
Okay.
But I have the founders. I have people that I look up to. This thing was not the training. When, for example, Pentecostal Assemblies of God came into Zambia, most of them were trained as pastors. Okay? And so you have a pastor, you have an evangelist, and you have also teachers. But the apostolic and the prophetic, that was sidelined.
Okay.
Because of the things that we accompany this thing. And I'm sorry to mention this, I think because of a lot of foolishness.
Okay.
But I want to pray that as a father and the people that I've looked up to, I want them to open up their hands, to welcome these young ones. Because you are the founding fathers. I want to say that I'm in the middle. And also we have these young men who don't have fathers at all.
So tell me, are you raising prophets in your church?
I'm raising prophets. And on paper, we have 44 pastors.
Not prophets.
No, okay. We have okay. They were ministers, so to say.
Okay.
And most of them are prophets.
These could be prophets, teachers, pastors, evangelists, and
most of them are actually prophets.
Okay.
I like that, and we address them that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Madam Kambafwide, tell me, how do you run the church administration, the managerial part of your church? Let's take, for instance, because the most hot issue when it comes to church management and administration is when you associate it with money. How do you handle money issues?
Well,
you are the church treasurer or the secretary?
I'm able to get into the church treasury in my capacity as a treasurer general.
Okay.
So I do oversee the treasury. Yeah, the way in which it is run is we go back to the Bible. Yeah. What does the Bible say about finances? What does the Bible say about tithes, about offerings, about seeds? Yeah. So coming from that background, we try to teach the people to get committed to those things. Once they get committed, then, and they are grounded, then they're able to to be committed. If they'll be tithing monthly, then they tithe monthly. If they'll be sowing seeds as they wish and as they please, those monies will be coming in, and we count them, and then we have an account where we keep those monies.
Bank account?
Yes, we do have a bank account. And then once those monies are there, then we sit down with the other people, the other administrators. We have about 2 more administrators apart from me. And then we are able to now expend the money.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, how do you determine how much to help the man of God with?
Well, it depends on what we have in that
I was
month.
speaking because there are certain, in certain churches, there are certain scenarios where the man of God, after counting, put the money in the bag, then puts it on the shoulder, and off it goes. Is that the case with you?
No, that's not the case. That is not the case. Although you reminded me of that interesting story from the Bible, where Jesus was actually looking into the offerings. Yes, yes, he did do that from the Word of God. But we don't do that in our time. We don't want to bring some sense of controversy in the church.
In the church?
No, we avoid that, and there's no man of God who actually gets a bag and carries away the offering. No, there's someone else who counts. There's always this notion or misconception out there in our communities to say, if you go to church, all they want is just money. They'll ask you to sow the seed, to give the tithe, to build the church building funds, and all those types of givings. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
tell me, because you are not different from those people that think otherwise, how do you manage? How do you find the church to be, as Madam Kambafuire?
Well, that is why I keep going back to the Bible,
To the Bible,
because the Bible is our foundation. So in an instance where the church is doing something wrong, you go back to the foundation. The Bible says, if the foundations are not okay, what can the righteous do? So whichever area we're applying here, we're looking at the management of the finances in the church, we go back to what the Bible says. And in today's age, I know there's been a lot of technology, there's a lot of banks now and everything. So it's about accountability.
Even mobile banking.
Yes. So it's about accountability. Are you able to account with the income and the expenditure? If you can do that, you can present a picture, then people can be able to relate to the manner in which the finances are being managed in a church.
All right. Man of God, tell me, all right, because we're running out of time, where do we see the Lion of Judah in the next 5 years?
Yeah, we sing it very, very far. Because we sit on, apart from the leadership administration, or administratively, what happens that we have what you call a spiritual administration, which is called the Council of Administrators.
Okay.
In this Council of Administrators, we are about 23 to 25. So we have a board of professionals, meaning we have some pastors that are there, and also some professionals that sit to plan. You plan the calendar of the year, and then you bring in so many different views. You accept, or maybe you allow different views to come in, which are corporate in nature, which will work out for society. So this body formulates policies, apart from the Word of God, how Lion of Judah should operate, and then which pastors we have, and how we should support these pastors, and where
and you chair that board.
I chair.
Okay.
Like last time, it was some few weeks. Was it in December, January?
We had it in January.
Yeah, beginning of this year.
Yes.
So people came from Zimbabwe, people came from Livingston, from all the branches. We met here and we had it at Agora. There's a place called Agora there.
Okay.
Yeah, and also we accommodated them in some lodge.
All right. So tell me, are you doing your personal business or you're full-time into ministry?
No, I'm also doing my personal businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So now tell me, it's always tricky, to strike a balance in terms of managing your personal business, which needs a lot of time and your presence, and also the work of God.
Yeah.
You remember God tapped you on your shoulder and said, come here, come to the upper room. How do you balance?
Me, my major call, my passion is ministry. Yeah, my passion, first of all, before any business, is ministry.
Okay.
And I know there are those who have actually an inclination, who have an inclination of ministry, but they do their own things. So me, ministry is not a side thing.
Okay.
It's number one.
It's number one.
So when I'm doing maybe my business and these other things, people don't even know that I do business.
From your church? Or which people are you talking?
No, from my church and
Okay.
and other places.
Maybe friends as well.
Friends. I mean,
Okay.
as I said in Livingston, I was running pastors fellowship. That is also demanding apart from church.
Okay.
You know, and also pastors forum, all religious leaders in Livingston.
So to some extent, don't you think you're not doing justice to the work of God because of the division of time?
No, I think, let me mention this. That's what I'm saying. My passion. I put in more time on church issues than I...
Is that more time you put enough?
I think I'm trying at all costs. But I'm not... let me put this way. I'm full-time.
Okay, you're full-time.
Business is just passion.
Okay.
My wife sometimes does business. She goes to China, Dubai, and they're related. Yeah, but I'm into full-time. That is my passion.
Okay.
But when I say maybe business, does not take maybe 20% of that
time.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
no.
I see. Madam Kambafuide, when you look at Prophet Ken Silweya,
Yes.
who is he to you? How would you define him or describe him?
Okay. Prophet Ken Silweya is a man of God and a father. Yeah. I believe...
To you?
Yes, to me personally. I believe for someone to be called a father, they should qualify. Yes. So there's
so
a way...
what are the qualifications?
The qualifications
Of
in this
him.
sense are that he's a spiritual father. He's taught me the word of God. Yeah, he's taught me the word of God and how to just love reading the word of God on my own. That's why whenever we meet, I have a lot of questions for him. Yes, so that's what I mean when I say he's a spiritual father, a spiritual guide, yes, into the things of God because of the calling that is upon his life.
When you look at him, do you see Jesus in him? Do you really think he's born again? Look at him carefully. Do you really think he's born again?
Of course I do. But then on the other hand, he's just a human being.
Okay.
On the other hand.
So tell me, how would you want him to, in the way that he administers the church?
Yes.
How would you want him to probably change for the better of the body of Christ, of course, under the Lion of Judah?
Okay, okay. Well, it would be good if, with the passage of time, yes, if he had a lot more people, like a lot more people under him just to mentor and pass on. Because I think it's not easy to get something from someone. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You have that father, a prophet, and you want more people to draw out of him, more and more.
So what are you
people to draw
doing
out
in
of
the in the evangelism department? Aren't you giving him a hand?
We
or
do
you
that.
Still want him to go in the community?
He does go.
Okay.
He does go, yeah. But what is there under that department is we have outreaches, yes, at colleges, universities, and just even, sometimes the youth even actually just get into the roads and start talking to people. Yeah, so there's dynamism. Yeah, it's not just structured or limited to one area, no. Okay. Yes.
I see. Ah, my goodness. I'm loving this interview, but time, as always, being jealous of what we do here. Man of God, I want you to look in the camera and give us your closing remarks.
I'm so grateful. And my desire is that may we have this kingdom mentality where we are, number one, going to connect with God. As I said way back when we met, Jesus never came to establish a church, but a kingdom, and or people of walks of life who are going to be God, that are going to have a God kind of mind, and number two, I want Zambians, especially Zambians, okay, I mean, I'm addressing the world at large, but I want Zambians to buy into the vision of Zambia.
You have 20 seconds?
To work hard. And wherever you are, may God richly bless you. If you haven't given your life to the Lord, I want you first to give your life to the Lord. I want you to connect. And at the end of the day, I want you to leave a legacy. Zambia is for us, and we are going to work hard. And if you're a believer, have a kingdom mentality. Cross over from churchanity to a kingdom mentality.
Okay. Amen. Madam Kambafuide, I want you to look in the camera and just say a prayer. Of course, in Bemba.
A closing prayer?
Yes.
In Bemba?
Yes.
Why not? Natu Pepe?
Hey, I knew.
Mwelesa, toa mitotera. twamilumbanya pantu imwe nimwe bubalesa abatupangire twatotera na pabushiku bwa lero na pali fyonse fo twalanda mu bushiku bwa lero na pali program ino mwelesa twamitotera n'okumichindika pantu imwe mwalikwata amaka nimwe babapera n'amaano ewe twakwata fwe bantu bonse nimwe babatufunda n'ekyebo nimwe ishina lyakwa Yesu Kristo mwe twapepera fyonse fi amen.
Amen. Nachuma watu mwanda amen ya mchwema. How do you say amen in Bemba?
I don't know. Oh yeah.
All right. So it's been nice, man of God.
No, thank you so much.
According us this great opportunity.
Thank
we
you.
don't take it for granted. Madam Gambafwile.
Thank
It's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, so this has been Faith Avenue right here with your brother Mr. Cage on Cage and the Clergy segment. We were in the life of, Prophet Ken Silweya. We read, I believe, each and every page. Never skipped any. We'll see you next time. Shalom, shalom.
Many came bearing some gifts, including me. For you I will live. Look at my gift and I wonder, will you accept it? I'm in need of your blessing. This is my expression.